Yo. Good morning. Thank you for waking up to the pregame. I'm your boy, Shawn Xavier, along with my co host, the storyteller. And this
Yes,
is the Hot
sir.
Seat Podcast Presents Football Talk. One of us is
Great.
broadcasting stateside. Um, the other one of us is broadcasting from Panama. I'm out at Dreams Playa Bonita, Panama Resort. So I'm all
Mm-hmm.
mobile. So I'll say bear with us if any technical things here. We was working with, that's why we got started late.
He Ray
But
Charles with
we
it.
right. Yes, it
I'm
is.
sorry. I'm starting early. I'm feeling good.
I was going to broadcast from out on the balcony with the backdrop of the palm trees and everything else. But Mother Nature is like, nah. My iPad was like, nah, bro, it's too hot out here. So yeah, so it started to heat up. So I had to bring it inside. But yeah, I still got the shades on because I'm right here inside though. And it's 5 o'clock
Mm-hmm.
somewhere, and I'm on vacation, so I got the
Yeah,
Balboa, the Panama cerveza. So how we doing, man? How we doing?
I'm great, man. It's a beautiful day.
Feeling good. Feeling good.
I got nothing
I
but
bet.
good things to talk about.
I bet. I mean, we got some stuff to talk about, but that's neither here nor there to say the least. So of course, to let you guys know, we are streaming live on YouTube and our Twitch TV channels. So make sure you tap in, wake somebody up. Next time, I think I'm like an hour different from you guys, about 8:30 out here. Well, almost 9 here. So let them know the pregame has started. Welcome. We'll be doing all our unfiltered football analysts from college and pros, our weekly picks, and we're gonna have some fun with it, man. And of course, as of always, make sure you follow us on Instagram and Facebook at the Hot Seed Podcast. So let's get right into it, man. I know you said you had a lot to talk about. Let's talk about the went down yesterday. The
Oh
college
yeah,
football weekend recap. It was some it was some good games yesterday. I did see the Tennessee Alabama game. Shout out
mm-hmm.
to Eric because I see in the
Yeah,
chat he said he ain't had nothing to good to talk about the Tennessee Volunteers since T Martin. But yesterday the number 6 Tennessee Volunteers they laid down number 3 Alabama, man. It was a really
yeah.
good game. Um,
It's a very good game.
yeah, I mean
They
Alabama's
almost
been
gave it
flirting.
up.
They
Yeah,
almost did. They almost did. But Alabama, man, they've been flirting with that potential loss for a couple of weeks now.
but
And
realize that's normally what they do. There's
yeah,
normally a couple games during the season, even if they go undefeated,
right,
where it's real tight, and you're like, man, are they really one of the top teams? But then
right.
they kick it into gear. For the people that they got to play within their conference, they're one of those teams that can lose one game and still be fine.
Yeah,
So, as long as
it's
they
gonna be.
beat like a Georgia and stuff like that, they'll be right back up there.
Yeah, absolutely. In this case, there. So there was a couple. So outside of Tennessee, just put it right on up there, man. The harder they
Mm-hmm.
fall. So you had the undefeated teams drop off yesterday, man. Of course, like we just said, Tennessee defeated number 3 Alabama, 52-49. Your Michigan Wolverines defeated Penn State, 41-17.
Talk about it. Yep.
Yeah, we got number 20 Utah Utes over the once undefeated USC Trojans, 42-43, 43-42 rather. TCU defeated Oklahoma State, um, 43-40, and then Georgia Southern beat number 25 JMU, James Madison University, hometown, 45-38. Man, um,
Yeah.
any of those a surprising loss to you? I mean, you probably know nothing about the JMU Georgia Southern game, um,
Nah.
but but what was a surprising one for you though?
Um, Honestly, not to be biased because it's my team. It wasn't biased. I mean, it wasn't surprising that Michigan beat Penn State, but the way they beat them, that was
Yeah,
surprising for me. I thought that
yeah,
was going to be a lot closer game than that. And I definitely didn't see us going in as an offensive powerhouse the way that we did against them.
right, right.
So that was very, very surprising to me to let me know that, this team can put some points on the board against a legitimate opponent.
True, absolutely. When it's there, man. Now that being now, so I wonder now because coming into the weekend, Georgia was number 1, Ohio State was number 2, Alabama 3, Michigan was 4. Then you had Clemson there as fine. So I wonder
I thought I
who's
thought
going to move.
Michigan was 5.
So what now?
Michigan was 5 because Clemson jumped them, even though Michigan didn't lose last week. Michigan dropped one.
They did move around, so
Yeah,
it was fun.
it was Georgia, Ohio State, Alabama, Clemson, Michigan as far as the top
Right.
five.
So with now Clemson then, so Clemson was actually this week. So now with Tennessee beating Alabama, does
They're
Tennessee
gonna jump.
jump Michigan
I think so.
to that 3 spot? I mean that their
Yeah,
game was.
I think so. What do you think?
Now here's the question: how far does Alabama fall? Not far,
I
I don't
think
think.
I think they fall to about 6.
Okay, because you
I
had
think they'll be like 6.
it's because you had Penn State dropping on there, USC falling
Mm-hmm.
out, so they should. I'll say I can see the 6 spot in there. So we're
Mm-hmm.
potentially looking at Georgia, Ohio State, probably Tennessee, Michigan at 4, Clemson staying at 5, Alabama at 6, unless we see some
You
surprising numbers
you
out
you
there.
have to realize with some of them teams, even if they lose, like I said, conference play is going to be huge. Um, Even with Alabama losing, say they drop to 6, if they come back towards the end of the season and beat Georgia, we're not even talking about this. You know what I mean?
True.
Michigan's the
Yeah.
same way. If Michigan was to drop a
True.
game right now, but then last game of the season they beat Ohio State, we're not even talking about this right now.
Right.
So, they have games that will save them. So, really, when you're looking at, let's just say the top 5, those 2 teams in general, well, I should say those 4 teams, because we're speaking Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State, and Michigan. 2 out of those teams are definitely going to be in the top 5.
True. No, but that's it. I mean, it was a good weekend. It was a good college football weekend. Um,
Yeah.
as a shout out to the resort here, so they actually had the Tennessee Alabama game on a big projector screen out in the lobby downstairs. So it was
Mm-hmm.
football is international to say the least. They had that up. I was like, oh, so I'm assuming later today, they'll probably have whatever NFL games they'll have up as well. So we'll see how that goes, man. Um, any other college news pull up? I didn't. There's only really the games, man. I didn't pull up any other college news over the weekend. We could talk about one thing. Well, we will talk about this though. If you guys haven't seen the back and forth, if you want to call it that, or the let's call it what the Deion Sanders effect out there down in Jackson
Mm-hmm.
State. If you guys haven't seen it earlier in the week, they went out and played. I want to say, damn, how did I forget the team name? It was Alabama. What was the name? What was the name of the school that they
Let's
were
see.
playing? And he ended up getting back and forth with the coach, and they actually kind of shrugged him off at the end of the game last week. Um, and it's been like some back and forth words, some comment statements made by Prime Time as far as him not being quote unquote swag. Um, and I'm here for it, man, because I like what Deion Sanders is doing for not only for HBCUs but for Jackson State and for the SWAC conference and bringing them that attention, these nationally televised games. Um, it's a lot of stuff, man, and stuff that you don't see is the fact that him using his influence and his team and whatnot, man, to actually help other schools. I love it. Um,
Yeah.
I like the fact that he's walking in with the same bravado that you see all of these Power Five teams and stuff like that. I think for so long, man, a lot of the HBCU schools they operated under this I don't know in this space to where they weren't looking to like expand their I guess their reach. They were just happy being HBCU and stuff like that. And a lot of those teams, a lot of those schools, man, programs suffered for it. I mean, for every Grambling and state or stuff like that, there's those HBCU schools that can barely afford to keep some of their facilities updated and stuff like that, missing out on prime recruits. And we saw the one recruit that Jackson State was able to pull or keep from Florida State that came out there. So I love it, man. I love it, but I feel like I'm seeing stories here and there, man, that people don't. I guess Deion Sanders he's ruffled some feathers, which they need to, because far too often have we seen, and unfortunately, in some of these HBCU schools, to where you've seen money not allocated, how it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Um, things like that, that always makes us look bad. And then on this, in that same breath, we'll come back and feel like, well, we don't get the support, this, that, and the other. But then you look at people who's in charge, they're not doing the right thing. So I love what I see. What's your take, man?
First, I'm going to read something because I put it in the chat a couple days ago, our chat
Okay.
offline. And I think it really hits the nail on the head. So this is from Victor L. Hosey. He put out there, I guess Coach Prime wasn't swag when he offered Alcorn's JSU's medical trainers when they didn't have any. That's pretty big. I guess Coach Prime wasn't swag when he personally traveled up to MBSU to see what he could do to help Coach Dancy get a new practice field. I think that's pretty swag. I guess Coach Prime wasn't swag when he publicly encouraged FAMU's best player to stay put inside, to stay put instead of transferring to the SEC. He didn't try to pull him to his team. He told him to stay put.
Right.
And he did. So I think that's pretty big. I guess Coach Prime wasn't swag when he convened all SWAC football head coaches to discuss common barriers they all face. I guess Coach Prime wasn't SWAC when he held a camp for high school prospects and invited all SWAC coaches to come practice. I guess Coach Prime wasn't SWAC when he agreed to take JSU on the road for new classics that put money directly into SWAC's coffers to be split among all its schools. You know, all these things we're going through. I think there's one more. Being SWAC ain't about enrollment or degree. It's about the camaraderie. It's about resource sharing, mutual support, and assistance. To that end, Coach Prime is more SWAC than a lot of proud SWAC graduates. I think we just need to get off our high horse, bro. Right. I think people, honestly, let me just use the word in this sense. I think people are just jealous. They're envious of it. They're seeing everything that he's getting prime time, you know, quote unquote prime time, and it's well deserving. Yeah. We wouldn't even be talking about some of these schools, especially in the football sense, unless he was there doing what he was doing. He brought his name into there. He brought his celebrity status into there, but he didn't just stand there and go, "Hey, I'm here." He's actually out there doing stuff.
Yes.
He's doing stuff. So it'd be one thing if he was just a face. You get what I mean? Like, oh, hey, I'm Coach Prime and I'm coaching down here at JSU. No, he's out there going, hey, how do you need help? How do you need help? Let's make it where these people got to come and answer to us instead of us worrying about, hey, our players getting too big and then them leaving us, about us not having enough money. Let's spread this all out. Let's run the same way that they run. Let's make some of these other teams want to come into the SWAC. Who would ever think about that?
Right.
Some of these teams and some of these other schools going, you know what? I really want to be in that SWAC conference. To see that type of competition. That's what he's trying to build. So for all these people, these negative people out there saying this, saying that, yeah, that's jealousy to me. It's being envious to me. So,
and it's the thing that we always hear about. That thing that a lot of people ask for. How come such and such athletes don't come and coach our HBCU schools? Why don't they come and do this? He's doing exactly what people have asked for the longest time. He's doing it in a way that's bringing exposure not only to Jackson State but to all the other schools as well. Whether it's all the behind the scenes filming and we know content rules everything right now. Content rules. So the fact that you're getting a behind the scenes look, even when he was going through his surgery, if you've seen that, football aside, man, Deion Sanders was going through it just with him in a wheelchair, him the surgery.
Right. Like life.
If you saw,
what are we talking?
Yeah, if you saw his legs, man, now the amount of surgery, like he barely. I saw his picture when they were checking his foot and stuff like that. Man, it's like the Alex Smith situation where you can see pretty much his bone. The side of the bone. There's no muscle and stuff around like one of his calves, maybe not both of them, that they've used to do that. Look, man, he's giving them everything that people have been begging and asking for from an athlete, and to the point now, like it's on a national stage right now. People are seeing it. Call it what you want, but if again, our style, the black community, our style is what it is. People follow that. That's what we bring, that bravado. He's doing everything that people ask for, and it ain't like the team is bad either. His team is his teams are good at the same time.
But
They do their
but you know
thing.
what?
Yeah,
I
man.
gotta call it the way it is, man, because you just said something, and our culture, and it takes it even outside of football and sports and things like that. Why do we keep on being our own worst enemy? I don't
Right.
get it. Whether it's business, whether it's any type of success, Earl talks about it all the time. We sit back and we chastise maybe the slightest mistake done at certain businesses, but then on the other side of the road, that is not represented by us, we'll just put it that way.
Right.
They can make 50 million mistakes. Guess what? You're still there the next day. You're still there the next week.
Right.
You're still supporting them. While you post us on social media and you're downing the whole business, and I can't believe this place is open and doing this. That's how I feel when I see something like this. If you really felt that way, you could have went right to them.
Yeah.
Let's just be real. If you really felt that way, you could have went right to them and say, "Hey, man, I ain't about all that. I just came off this loss. I was in my feelings and blah." But no, you went on national TV even afterwards, and then you start telling people why he ain't this, why he ain't that. It's just bad publicity. This is not what we want. This is not what we want. So it's more than just sports. We got to stop downing each other when the other person is elevated. Being envious.
Yeah. Hey, man. Again, man. Hey, but that's look. See, that's what you guys came to Football Talk for. We talk football out this journey. Of course, we're tapping in with your boy Shawn Xavier, and I'm broadcasting live from Dreams Playa Bonita Resort in Panama right now.
Show off. Oh, it's too hot. It's too hot. I had to come inside. My computer's too hot.
We appreciate you guys tapping in with us, man. Waking up to the pregame. So, of course, from college football, those guys will be moving on to the big time, the NFL. Fortunately, hopefully for them, they're not moving on to some of these teams that we talk about right now. Let's talk about the Thursday night football recap.
Do we have to?
If you guys watched whatever the hell that was, first of all, you got Amazon Prime right now. I know you pissed off watching Amazon Prime, watching the last 2 weeks of football. But as bad as the Thursday night game prior was, it had nothing on this debacle that was of the Washington Commanders and the Chicago Bears this past Thursday night. Yikes. So much so that I believe Al Michaels said it during the broadcast, to the extent we're watching the JV teams right now. During the broadcast, it was the worst thing I could have seen, man. Absolutely, Malik. No. We got you to praise for the Tennessee Volunteers there, Eric. Absolutely. They came in and did their thing.
Oh, yeah.
They were quietly underrated, and they came out.
We opened up with that.
Yeah, we opened up with it. Yeah, man.
You can put it in the chat there. Go ahead and praise them within the chat for yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Make a bid. We'll read it all.
Yeah. What was your takeaways from this game last Thursday, man?
I didn't even want to talk about this, to be honest with you.
But because what
it was bad, man. It was bad. This was Pop Warner football. I'm not even gonna say college. It was. Well, let's just go into the lead up. Can we do that?
Yes.
Yeah. Speak about it on two. There you go. Eric will speak about it on the actual podcast.
Okay.
Give him his praise for Tennessee. Leading up to it, your coach proved why he does not need to be a coach in the NFL. Everybody in my neighborhood was talking about this. You know how you just go outside, maybe to go get the mail, walk your dog or whatever? It was the talk of my whole area here. I mean, people that don't even talk about the Commanders. It's like, yo, did you hear what Ron Rivera said? And I'm like, yeah, man. Because it was so unprofessional for people that did not hear it. When they're asking them about the Commanders' struggles, Your job of a coach is to keep your people uplifted. Number
Yeah.
one, and number two, you take the blame on yourself.
Yes.
He did the exact opposite. Like, I don't even know. This is the way you go over things of not to do. That is exactly what he did. And to me, I'm just gonna put it out there. The way he answered that question with throwing the quarterback under the bus, whether you like Wentz or not, you don't come out as a coach and say what he said as far as, yeah, it's all on the QB. So basically, F you. That's basically what he said to Wentz. Oh, by the way, go out there and play. Now, if he was about to bench him and then put Heineke in, that's one thing. You expect him now to go out with the confidence to play that next week. So, yeah, I mean, that's where it's at there. You have to get rid of him, or you got to bench him at that point if you're going to come out with your comments that way.
Yes.
It's not healthy. So it already lets me know he doesn't need to be there. He took no onus at all. Now, when we get down to the fact of the game, man, that's not just on the QB, bro. You can put the QB thing out there. It's bad play calling, bad time management, situational calls. It's like they're scrambling. It's like there's no practice being had during the whole week, and you are looking at two teams that are going through pretty much the same problems. Yeah, both of them need to find their quarterback to get to the next stage and stuff like that. But the coaching on both sides was it's horrible. It's horrible. So I don't know how you feel. I know you're going to speak from the fanhood side.
Chicago has a little bit of an excuse because they really don't have.
Well, no, not quarterback. I'm sorry. Not to say the quarterback on their side. Sorry. I said that wrong. Go ahead.
No, I got you. No, so Chicago said, okay, they don't have a lot going on. Justin Fields, I don't know how to rough, but even still, they don't have a lot around Justin Fields. Like they have to build around him. And to Eric's point, they might actually have their quarterback because he's out there playing.
Theirs was the coaching side, straight coaching.
Right.
And he doesn't have nobody.
Coaching. Washington has spent so much money on these different entities, whether it's defensive line, wide receivers, quarterback, everything. And they look like straight dog shit. Like it was a point there. Look, call it what it is, but if the receiver for Chicago holds on to that ball and don't bobble it, Washington loses that game.
Bro, there was what? How many seconds was left when Justin Fields ran that all the way down inside the 5?
Yes. It's bad. Like you can't even take pride in that loss. I mean, that win. Be like, did we really? I mean, we won because it put us a win in the win column. But did we really win? I don't know so much about it. It's because in the same week. So let's transition after to it during that game. So I guess the same thing that happened to Dak. Carson Wentz apparently hit his hand on a helmet or something, and ended up breaking fracturing his knuckle or finger or something like that. So he's out.
Mm-hmm.
I believe you says this, Mr. Fucking Glass. Mr. Glass.
Oh, yeah.
It's always something every year. And he's never outside of that 2017 year when he was on pace to be, MVP. That was the only time he was actually playing well. And the team was winning. Now, the last few years, whether it's been the latter part of Philly, Indy, Washington, it hasn't been good. He's shown some glimpses here and there, but hell, most quarterbacks show glimpses. Hell, Russell Wilson shows a glimpse here and there, and we already know how Russell looking.
Oh my God. You just wanted to go to
microwave.
So,
oh my God, he microwaving cereal and hot dogs. It's disgusting. It's that, and then it's all this other stuff that's surrounding it. But to your point, and it's this whole Ron Rivera experiment has been horrible. Yep, they both
over.
Consecutive plays. It's been horrible.
It's over.
The coaching thing is horrible. Now, they're looking at either they're going to play Taylor Heineke, but you know what you have in Taylor Heineke. The thing the knock on him is he doesn't have an arm. That's the thing. If he had an arm, he would have been a starter. He doesn't have an arm. He just athletic, short pass. He just doesn't have an arm. Great heart. And we got the rookie Sam Howell. But what they need to think about is the fact, and I think I said it before, maybe in the chat. If Carson Wentz plays more than 70% of the snaps, now I think we're good now because I think he'll miss some games. 70% of the snaps, they will be sending a second round pick to Indianapolis. Which that trade alone, this lets you know how big of idiots they are because they already sent a second, and then they had a conditional second or third round pick. All that for a quarterback who ain't done shit in the league the entire time.
Yeah.
Right. And all of that, this wasn't meant to be a Washington football segment, but it's so much going on. The thing that we talked about and we've been predicted for so long. So let's go ahead and put the banner up right now because I I knew it was coming. You said it was coming. Daniel Snyder's in the NFL. Pretty much F your couch, son.
Hey, have I not said this for months? I said the reason why they're not coming down hard on this guy is because he got papers. He has a notebook on people.
Yes, he does, man. If you guys haven't read the story that came out, man, if you guys haven't read the story, I'm sorry. Daniel Snyder came out, man. He claimed he got dirt on everybody, the NFL, Roger Goodell, and all that. And in his private conversations, which ain't too private because it came out, for lack of better terms, he pretty much said, yo, they can't F with me because he's not selling, yo. Yeah, he's not trying to sell. Oh, man, wow. Like, and then this adds credence. Yeah, this adds credence to the whole email thing. Remember, the only emails that got put out to the media was John Gruden's and then Bruce Allen.
I told you.
The former president of the league.
I told you Gruden was a scapegoat.
600,000 emails. Right. That's this. Now you know why you only saw a part of those 600,000 emails. Because you know who got the rest of them emails? Dan Snyder.
Oh, man.
Oh my God. Yo, you can't make this up, bro. Only in Washington can you have this type of thing. And to be honest, it isn't ever, bruh. He's not selling. And this is why he's not selling. And they can't, and the NFL won't move on him. Because once you become owning a NFL team, there's 32 teams. 32 teams, and that's a conversation, right, believe it's nothing cooler than saying, hey, I own an NFL team. There's only 32 of them in the league, bro. So you got 31, of course, and you got the 32nd one being the Green Bay Packers that's owned by, a community of folks. But the other 31 teams, no one, that's a conversation. That's the biggest flex you can have. So, and these guys are already multi-billionaires, to say the least. Even with all of this function, Washington is still one of the most profitable, or the most valuable sports teams in sports, and especially in the NFL. But the fact that they're in a top 10 market and the fact that the bottom line is so bad is one of the reasons why the league wants him out. Because you're dragging down the bottom line. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got Washington, D.C., Northern Virginia, that area. One of the we just talked about on the pod. Was it Prince Charles County, and was it Prince George's County? The two richest black communities in the entire United States.
Yeah, Charles County and Prince George's County.
Prince George, yeah. So that alone, and then we also know Northern Virginia is like one of the richest areas actually in the United States.
But nobody wants them. Like
yeah, nobody wants because of
nobody wants them.
Nobody because of the odor.
I was talking real quick for y'all that were listening to the podcast. We had our community day yesterday. From a brokerage and everything, giving back to the community. And one of my good friends there comes up and he was like, hey, man, y'all got us this week. And I'm thinking in my mind, I was like, wait a minute, I thought he was a Commanders fan. I said, oh, shoot, that's right. He's now a Ravens fan. And there's so many people that were Redskins fans that are now Ravens fans down in this area. and they
Sound like a
just
bunch of
left
smart
out.
people.
Hey, I
Oh
couldn't
my
blame
God.
him. I couldn't blame him.
Yeah.
And I sat back and I was like, but I
Sean,
had
what's your
it caught-
malfunction?
It caught me off guard. How do you have a team down here?
What's your
Nobody
malfunction,
wants
Sean?
to-
Why are you not coming over to the winning side?
I just like chaos, bro. You know, I'm a Batman fan. Joke. I love chaos. I love to see motherfuckers set shit on fire.
Why continue
Like,
to
I'm
live
waiting
in
to see
misery?
Daniel Snyder set things on fire. That's what I want to see, bro.
None of us would judge you if you switched.
Yeah,
Right.
you know, at this point, look,
Why
that's why I haven't.
continue to go through that?
Hey man, look,
This
look,
ain't even
I-
about a bad team anymore. It's like, do you truly want to represent them? Like, you gotta
Can you
answer
really
that.
see yourself
It's
walking
fun,
around
man.
with their colors on your chest?
You know what? I don't want any of their colors though. I said I wasn't wearing any this year. I have it. I'll stay true to that. But it's the chaos around this. I just want to see where this goes. I legit want to see where this goes.
It's a soap opera,
The
bro.
season is lost. I just want to see if Daniel Snyder actually hit that red button and launched them nukes.
It's gonna be ugly.
Part of it. So it's we're gonna see what comes out, because last week or week before last, you already saw what's happening. You know, the oversight committee is about to drop their report and stuff. And then so, you know, his lawyer was out there going to different radio stuff, like, so they were kind of doing a preemptive strike. And then, you know, the owners, you know, people started, you know, you saw the report came out by Washington Post, and I think even New York Post as well. They were saying that some people are starting to move to the side, they wanted them out. And Dan was like, oh, okay, all right, let me remind you real quick. And that, you know, that's what it was. But we're gonna see what happened there. Either way, the season is a loss. At this point, I'm just watching football. At this point, that's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. Of course, man. We appreciate you guys waking up with us. The pregame to the pregame, man. This is Football Talk, presented to you by the Hot Seat. We got your boys Shawn, Xavier. I'm out here broadcasting live from Panama, the Dreams Playa Bonita Resort. Dave, Eric. I think you shout out to Earl. He's going to be at the Giants Ravens game.
Ravens game.
He's
already there.
I know he's gonna be. Yeah, he's gonna be amped up for that. Let's get to what you guys really want to talk about, man. We want to get to some picks, because I got nothing else for the NFL side.
Hold on,
I did have
hold
one
on a
thing.
second. Hold on a second, though. You ain't gonna sit here and not, because I know Earl's not on here, but don't you gotta we had to give some praise to Earl on a certain pick last week. Emily.
Yes.
No, not really.
Yes. Oh well. Yeah. We do that now.
No, we really
Earl
don't have
went
to.
in. Earl was the one. He was touting his G-man, as he should, as a good fan. When they went out and played, you know, over in London against Green Bay, and Earl was like, he probably articulated better than me, but Earl was like, look, I'm talking my shit right now, because the Giants went out there and played a hell of a game with the team that got injuries everywhere. Quarterback can't move. Receivers can't catch passes.
We didn't have receivers.
Right.
Practice squad.
Look, before you go into the high praise, hold on, Shawn, hold on. Let's just be real about the subject, what it really is. Earl does the same thing that I do with the Ravens. Whether or not they're going to win or they're going to lose, he's not going to come on here, just like I'm not going to come on here and publicly go against our team. I'm not going to go against mine. He's not going to go against his, no matter who it is he's playing. So it ain't even really about the fact that, I mean, yeah, of course he believed that they were going to win, but he believes that they're going to be able to win anything, or at least when he's talked to the public, whether he knows that they're not going to be 17-0, but he's never going to come on here. I don't think there's going to be 1 week where he's going to come on here and not pick the Giants. I'll just put it that way. Just like I'm not going to come on here 1 week and just not pick the Ravens.
You picked against the Ravens before. You just haven't said it.
I feel like
exactly.
Personal
that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
But that's what I'm saying.
Like, Washington,
he's not going to come out here. He's not going to say it out his mouth.
I'm about to say, when we play the Eagles, I want to see who Earl.
He's not going to say he's picking against the Giants. So he may not sit there and say the Eagles, but he ain't going to say he's picking against the Giants.
I got you.
Nah, with it.
So let's just cut that show. We're really doing out here praising him for all this. Come on, man. Knock it off. That's crazy.
Him and
That's
Malik
crazy.
were the only ones that picked it.
Nah,
what about Malik?
We can shame Malik for it, because they got damn Malik team. Hey, look, your team trash, dog. We can shame Malik for this, but I ain't gonna praise Earl because the Giants won. But I will shame Malik for the Green Bay Packers losing.
But he picked that. That's the big thing on Malik's side.
Well, shame with him for picking against him. Shame with him for publicly coming out against his team. You know what I'm saying? That's a lack of faith.
Oh man.
I did want to talk about one thing before we get into the picks, though, and this one there. So, and we'll get y'all take, man. NFL officiating. if you guys been watching the last couple of weeks, man, the refs, I don't know what the hell has been going on. This has been, I don't know if this part of this, I know, well, I'm pretty sure part of this is a result of it's like the Tua effect, some of the stuff that they've been calling. And there's always a reactionary thing. Whenever something bad happens and it puts the shield in that light, you all of a sudden you'll see the reffing starts to get a little crazy. Whether it's the over aggressiveness of defensive backs a few years ago, and all of a sudden, they started calling a lot of pass interference stuff. And then you start looking at, of course, the infamous when Tom Brady got injured years ago, and they went to going too low on the quarterback, and then you got concussion aspect and stuff like that, and now they're just calling all types of stuff. Now the defenders, they can't so much as breathe on the quarterback. It's like this every year, but it's been so egregious this year as far as some of the calls. It's really has potentially affected the outcome of games. And it's always by like the old referees too. Like I forget his first name, but the older black referee, I think his last name is Boger or something like that. It's always him. And the other older white refs as well. It's always the old guys, the guys who've been around forever, who should know these rules, and they always make the worst calls. And then their explanation of why they made their call is always so much bullshit.
Man, bump them
so what's your take, man?
Bump them for the outcome of games, man. They cost me money, dog.
That too.
They cost me. They know exactly what I'm talking. They cost me straight money, dog. My team was a G, son. My team finished third in our league this week, son, with no quarterback. I got 0 points for the quarterback because somebody did a 2-hand touch on Teddy, and they said, "Oh, we'll take him out the game because we don't want the same thing to happen to him." Man, that's a bunch of bull right there, man. There was nothing wrong with that dude. Look, man, don't get me started on that, man. My team was running as a G. I was supposed to win that week.
What you got, Dave?
Nah, I mean, it is what it is. It's what you allow them to do. It's one thing about the call, but see, there's no consequence to it.
Right.
Like everybody can see it's a bad call afterwards, but what's the consequence? So if there's no true consequence afterwards, I can keep on doing the same thing over and over again. I'm gonna get paid. Everything's fine. There's some horrible calls out there. You're getting to a point where it's not even football because you got people that are 300 plus pounds coming full speed. They're now concentrated in their mind how they got to tackle this quarterback, right? So you've gotten that down through the last couple of years. And now you're saying not only the tackle, but how you bring them down to the ground. Oh, yeah, you put your hand down, but did you put it down hard enough? Oh, what about your other hand? Well, I'm sorry. I was trying to go for the fumble, which I got. Oh, well, no, that's still not. It's damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like, what are you supposed to do? I have no idea what you are supposed to do in that situation. Are you supposed to just stop? Like, put your hands up? Like, hey, I would have got him, so he's down, right? And then you'll run into that situation where, like I said, you're bringing them down too lightly and they're able to break away. And now your coach is all up in your grill. And you're like, well, I didn't want to rough the pass. So I don't know, man.
It's the worst, man. It's nothing worse than watching that. And then you gotta like look at the Atlanta game and the Tampa Bay game last week and that BS game. They did fine Tom Brady, $11,000 for him kicking the defender. If you're gonna find them, if you find him, it's in after the fact, you already know there's something wrong with the play. Like that whole sequence was horrible. The sequence with Pat Mahomes, that was, you guys saw it. This is horrible officiating. Right now, it's overshadowing good football. Whether it's officiating, whether it's the stories that are coming out. Man, this has been like a horrible looking year for the NFL so far. I'm like, and we ain't even into the week 8 yet. So it's gonna be interesting to see. And we still even got to like the thing that's still simmering out there. Deshaun Watson's supposed to return in week 13, but you just saw like a couple days ago, there's another civil suit against him that wasn't part of the original 24. or 26, 25, I don't know what number
Which
it
the
is now.
NFL
So
can go back and
that's still
revisit.
simmering. So, it's about to get turned up when he get out there. So you got Shawn coming back, Dan Snyder about to burn the whole shit down. Oh, this is going to be this is good TV right now. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's just good TV all the way around. Of course, man, you guys are watching, listening, however you're doing it was here. Your boy Shawn Xavier, storyteller, Eric Vega. Hot Seat Podcast presents Football Talk, the mobile edition. So this week we're going to go right into where you guys come here for our picks. And before we go in there, let's go ahead and show what our picks look like from last week. All of us turned out pretty well, but one of us, I'm going to show in a minute. So we got last week, if I can pull up. Did it show up on it?
You had it. It went back down.
Yep. I didn't see it on my screen.
There you go. It's up.
I don't know why it's not showing. Okay. Yeah, I can't see it on my screen for some weird reason.
You good? Good.
And then the other one, pardon the technical difficulties. There it is. It took a minute for it to pop up. So, overall, Earl's still leading the way, man. He's still leading the way. That Giants game, gave him another one on there.
Mm-hmm.
So he even separates about 3 games between him and Dave, 45 and 5 and 32, 42 and 5 and 35 for Dave. I'm still running behind at 41 and 5 and 36. And Eric, he's actually closing the gap, but he's almost at 500 at 38, 5 and 39.
How am I closing the gap? We all had the same thing. That would literally mean that we moved nowhere. So how am I closing the gap if everybody was 9 and 7?
Well, no, I said you're getting close to the 500.
Look, you said closing the gap. It's like you said, Earl was expanded. How did Earl expand his lead on Dave if we all 9 and 7? He can't expand and I can't close if everybody's the same.
True. Well, because I think you were like 2 games last year.
Can I get a fact check out here, please? Somebody give me a fact check.
I don't know, man.
But you need to show that one person's record. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Malik had it last week. Our two weekly listener picks. Malik 11-5 last week. He had a hell of a week. And Gary, he joined the rest of us 9-7. He had a hell of a week last week in our picks and stuff. So let's go ahead and get into these picks for this week. Y'all ready?
Yep.
I got no music this week because it's loaded up on the big machine. So
Good.
You go to pull up there. I don't even have. I might. Let me see what I got in here.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know what you're
That's for the picks. Slow it down.
We might head off without the music.
Right.
Let's cut that. Cut that off. Cut it off. Cut it off.
This boy brought quiet storm to our picks.
Cut it off.
We don't need to listen to what you're listening to on vacation.
Right? Exactly.
49ers at Falcons.
Keep that in your room, dog. Come on, man.
This is what happened when you try to do something cool, like out of the country, and this is what we get.
You got it.
49ers.
Right, 49ers Falcons. I'll say Earl and I both got 49ers.
Same.
Yeah, I got 49ers this week.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's Gary.
Gary tapping in with 49ers as well.
Mm-hmm. What's your next
going to the next? I'm pretty sure he'll put it up there.
My connection.
Oh, shoot.
I'm here.
All right, going to the next one. Pretty sure Malik will put his up.
I think he's on a little bit of a delay.
We got a delay coming on now? Of course. We get all the way to the end, and what's that? Be weird.
All right, Dave, you might hit the rocket.
Oh, there we go.
So I'm gonna go with the Browns on this one.
You going with the Browns?
Yeah, I'm going with the Browns.
All right. I'm going with the Browns also. Okay.
I got the Browns.
I got the Browns. Earl, this is his one off. He got the Pats.
Nice.
All right. What we got next?
I see Gary got the Browns as well this week.
Yep. All right. Jets, Packers. Earl and I both have the Packers. We don't feel they're going to lose to two New York teams back to back.
I got the Jets, man.
All right.
I'm gonna go with the Jets.
I want to pick the Jets, but because they're in Green Bay is actually the only reason I'm going to take Green Bay on this one.
All right. Go ahead. Just keep on clicking.
Now for this one, I'm gonna go with the Colts on this one. I like Indy at home for this.
All right. So you're gonna be with Earl. Earl's going with the Colts also. I'm going with the Jags. How you looking, Shawn?
I'm gonna go with the Jags this week.
You're already taking the Jags as well. Shocker, not.
Which one did you take for the
Vikings and Dolphins?
He took the Packers.
Jets.
On the other one. No, I think he took he said taking the pack, but he said that
we
just staying on DraftKings. He's taking the Jets on points, but he's taking the pack.
Got it.
Oh, okay. I got Vikings this week.
I got Vikings because I don't think we even know who the quarterback for the Dolphins going to be. And I mean, especially what they calling these two-hand touch rules on the Dolphins.
Right, I think they got their third string guy.
Yeah.
Right. So who you got?
Two is out at least until week 7. I got the Vikings.
I got the Vikings. Earl has the Vikings. And Eric, you have the Vikings?
Yep.
All right. Where's this all going?
Oh, this might be a good one. I'm going with the Bengals just because I don't know if Jameis is back yet.
I don't think he is.
I don't think so either.
No, I think so. They're gonna be running a lot of Taysom this week.
And then you putting Joe Cool back down in New Orleans too. Man, you already know that crowd's gonna be more for him than it is the Saints this week.
Yeah, I got the Bengals. Earl has the Bengals. Okay.
I got Saints.
This gonna be a home game for the Bengals. Maybe people gonna probably have on Joe Cool LSU jerseys.
All right. All right.
Ravens at Giants.
Well, like Eric said, Earl is definitely picking the Giants.
And he ain't even on here, so we can't even put nothing on this game. We can't even put a gentleman wages on this game. But I gotta text him real quick.
He's already there, him and Terry.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna text him right now. I'm like, yo, so what the loser buying?
I don't have to ask Eric. Where you at, Shawn?
I got the Giants this week, man.
All right. And let's see. Gary has the Ravens. Malik has the Giants. And I have the Giants this week. All right.
Yeah, Buccaneers at Steelers.
Bucks. Both me and Earl.
Man, that ass whooping that the Steelers took last week was something. Dear Lord. Dear Lord. And I think that defense is going to give Kenny Pickett Fitz. I don't think it's gonna be a lot of points scored, but I think the Bucks got.
I think a lot of points are gonna be scored.
Probably by the defense, if anything. It seemed like.
Nah, I'm talking about for the Bucks.
Oh. Panthers at Rams. It's a struggle game, right? Oh,
whoa. Eric, did you pick?
Did you really just ask me that?
Yeah, I mean, you might go for the Steelers.
Did you really just ask me that? Did you really just ask me that?
So your silence might be Steelers. All right, I'll put you down.
My silence is definitely not Steelers. My silence is
that might mean you just don't want to say it. You know what I mean?
My silence is definitely not the Steelers. No, I'm gonna be off you. I don't know if my silence. Yes, naturally you're right. Usually, if I don't say it, then yeah, because I refuse to acknowledge them winning anything.
That is correct.
I'm gonna almost go on a limb right now and say the same way that you ain't gonna hear me bet against my Ravens this year. At this point, I don't know if you
ain't picking the Steelers
for the Steelers at all this year. I think they might not win another game this year. I gotta look at their schedule, but I'm almost sure that you might not hear me sit there and say anything about them.
Oh, did you see Earl's reply to your bet?
No, let me look at my phone.
Earl has given a reply to your to the Giants Ravens bet.
All right, bet.
I like it.
What's your drink gonna be? Just to put it out there to the audience, Earl has bet Uncle Nearest. He wants Uncle Nearest.
I like it. I like it.
Go ahead, keep what I'm gonna text the bet. Go ahead.
Yeah, Panthers at Rams. Struggle.
I got the Rams. Yeah. Rams with this one.
Yeah. Yeah, I got the Rams in this. Yeah. I got
the
Rams.
I got the Rams also, and Earl has the Rams.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, I guess that's a Ram. I couldn't even. I'm like, what the hell is
that? Hey, what is that?
Is that a sheep?
Oh man. Oh shoot! You want the Stella Rosa Brandy side?
Yeah,
bro. The one by Brandy herself.
Yeah, bro.
That's that good stuff. Shout out to her.
Cardinals at Seahawks.
I'm for real, Gino, son. What happened to her earlier this week?
Yeah. I actually have the Seahawks, and Earl has the Seahawks.
Yep.
It's Gino time, baby. It's Gino time.
Riding with Gino.
So I like the Seahawks as well, but I'm going to take the Cardinals just because I need to gain ground.
Ah, gotcha.
Yes, sir. Look, low key, Gino has the third highest QBR in the league. So let y'all know.
Like I said, I like this, especially at home. I'm actually liking Gino, but like I said, since every boss is taking it, I got to do something to try to grab some ground somewhere.
Greg with Gino as well. Yep. Absolutely. Bills at Chiefs. I feel like this game should have been a primetime game based off of what's playing on Monday night, but they didn't know this. Rematch of last year's iconic playoff game. They're playing in KC.
Mm-hmm.
I'm over the Chiefs, man. I'm going to Chiefs in this one.
All right. I'm with the Bills, and Earl is with the Bills.
Damn it.
You knew I was going to be with the Bills. I told you that's my Super Bowl pick. So.
Damn it. I was trying to use this as another catch-up game. Damn it.
You got another one out there. You're the only one for the Ravens. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the Bills pick. I think Mahomes is vulnerable during the season. Now, if this was a playoff game, I'd be taking Mahomes all day. I don't go against Pat in the playoffs, but for regular season, I'm gonna go with the Bills.
So Dave taking the only New York team.
That is correct. I'll say how it is.
The Sunday night game. The level of shit that's being talked is going to be deafening. Yeah, Cowboys at Eagles, man. It's going to be a lot of show and prove in this. It's going to be one on the Jalen Hurts side. This is your time, Jalen. Say, hey, are you? If you haven't believed in him already, if he gets to pass his team and they do it handily to Dallas, then this is going to add another feather in his cap. On the other side, if Dallas comes down in there and that defense clamps down to it, or if for some weird reason Cooper Rush has a big game, man, oh man, I know he's still coming back because he's the quarterback, but don't you can't tell me that Jerry ain't
Cooper
on the sideline
no
telling Dak
he just
to be
needs
like,
to not turn the ball over.
Yep, that's all you do. They looking at Dak like, hey, don't mess this up when you come back. So there's a lot of.
But really, there's no upside to this for Jalen Hurts.
It say there's no upside to this.
No, because if he wins, they're going to say he won because Cooper Rush was the quarterback and Dak Prescott was it. There's no upside to him.
That is correct.
To him winning this. Well, there's a downside, absolutely, but there's no upside to Jalen Hurts winning this one. It's not going to be another feather in his cap. They're going to first thing they're going to say is
the name around it, but now you look at you're playing against that Dallas defense that's been touted.
I get you. I get you with that. That's only relevant.
He's just saying if Dak was, he was right. Just saying
the Dallas defense. So the second time when they play the next time, and Dak's there, then it could be upside for Jalen Hurts. But I don't think there's an upside for him winning this game. He wins it, they're going to sit there and say you should have won it because the fact that Dak's not there.
Okay, got it.
Or if he doesn't win it by enough, they're going to be like, "Why was it so close?"
Right.
Then they're going to sit there and say, "Well, when Dak comes back."
Yep.
Let's go. I got the Eagles.
The Eagles.
I got the Eagles.
Yep. We all got the Eagles.
I'm go green.
You don't want this to be your one off? This could be your one off. Right?
Yeah, nah.
Fresh fruit and cheese. I'll go. I'm wet. Game time. Let's go.
Hey. Stop that.
Sorry. 24-13. Broncos Chargers Monday night. I know they wishing they can give this game back. This game here. Lord Jesus Christ.
Earl and I both have the Chargers.
Yeah, I got the Chargers in this, man. You got two coaches. If Brandon Staley is the best of the two coaches, we in trouble. Yeah, but
I'm gonna take this as a one-off.
Oh. Shawn, you took the Chargers, right?
I got the Chargers.
All right, so this is your one-off. Got it. All right.
Charles niggas. Okay.
If you don't get that plate out the
table. I just want to show you what's going on. The missus just brought it in. She just brought it in. Went on vacation. That's what you got to do. All right. And of course, we pick our Week 7 matchup. Saints at Cardinals next Thursday night. Hey, that's another. Could be another stinker, perhaps. I don't know.
Earl and I are split on this one. You got Arizona?
Yeah, I got Arizona.
Earl and I are split, so I have Arizona as well. Earl has the Saints.
I'm going to go with Arizona.
All right. So, Eric, you have 3 one-offs. Earl has 2. No, Eric, you have 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you got 3. And Shawn, you have 1.
Oh. Not much happened.
Shawn's won the Chiefs.
Shawn's one is.
It's the Chiefs.
Is the Saints?
Jets, maybe?
Oh, and the Chiefs. Okay. Yeah, he has 2. Sorry. What does Gary got on that last?
Gary got Cards at home.
All right. Let me see. Let me make sure I have all theirs. Malik, who was your pick between the Pats and the Browns?
No. Did you say?
I need his pick for Pats and Browns and 49ers and Falcons. And Jets and Packers. Shoot, he might have to send me that offline.
I'm pretty sure he said the Chiefs. Yeah. The cheese, I mean, and the other one.
Did he? The cheese?
Yeah, he said I'm taking the cheese.
That's a Lions fan for you right there.
What? Oh.
Lee got Pats.
You got the Pats?
Yeah, he got the Pats.
All right. My only other one was 49ers Falcons. Anybody find that for him?
Yep. He said 49ers.
49ers. All right. That's it. Got everybody.
All right. That's our picks for this week, man. Again, we appreciate you guys tapping in with us, waking up to the pregame Mola edition. You guys enjoy your Sunday, all your football games. Make sure you get your DraftKings in. We'll be back to our regularly scheduled program next week. Apparently, I can't bet on DraftKings outside the country. No, nothing. You know, it was so bad.
It logged me out.
It logged me out. I called myself.
You can't bet on it in Maryland either.
Yeah, that's but I was trying to do put my picks in, and it wouldn't let me. So I called Dave. Hey, can you log in, man? Do my sign up for me. They was like, no, we saw that you logged in from another
right.
graphical
area. Like,
so we go ahead.
There's no way you got from Panama to Maryland that quick.
I was like, damn, bro.
They are tracking hard.
I was like, yo, y'all be killing me, man. But we'll be back next week. And then we won't have a podcast this week, so it'll be back the following week. I won't be back until Wednesday. So the following week, we're 92. We're on our way to the big 100. Episode 91 is out now. Season 7 is started, so 90 and 91 out there. Go back and read them all. Shout out to our new affiliate partner, that being carcovers.com. Make sure you guys tap into the podcast. Click the link in the show notes, and make sure you get you a good car cover for your vehicle, man. Over 150,000 vehicles to choose from, makes and styles as far as car covers. They got you. Also Instacart and Buzzsprout as well. We trending up, guys. Anything else you want to say before we sign off, fellas?
Go Vols!
I like
do
it.
As they do in Panama. I don't know what the hell that is, but you know.
Go Vols! I ain't been able to see this since 1998. Go Vols!
Yo, we appreciate you guys, man. Yo, it's the high seat.